Wow, this is really bright. Really, really bright. That's pretty good. I'll leave it at that. Alright. So I am about to eat my dinner. I actually just got home. And on my way home, I figured I'll go ahead and address this email that I received 3 days ago. Someone wants me to talk about slave play. But I really would like to look at it as more so reverse slave play. And because slave play really is like when the white slave master takes on a black slave, right? But it's not for real. It's like for play. So the reverse of that would be reversing the roles. So you have a black slave master taking on a white slave. So we're going to talk about that. Someone asked me several questions relating to reparations, and I'm going to address that. But yeah, I got to put some food in my stomach, so I'm trying out this dish from this Chinese restaurant near where I live. I hope it's good. Yo, they give you so much freaking food. How are you guys doing, by the way? So these questions I'm going to address, I want you guys to share your perspective on it. All this rice. I'm not really big on eating rice like that. But I notice a lot of people from like the West Indies, they love rice. I do love egg roll. I'm doing this for the people who complain about me eating on camera. It pissed them off. To show I really don't care. This is sesame. Sesame chicken. Looks good. It smells good too. Yum. See, I'm one of those kind of vloggers that I don't care about who doesn't watch my videos, right? I don't miss people who stop watching my videos. Because it's not that deep. So, I know, like, there are people who get upset and they're like, oh, I complain about little bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Eating on camera. And I'm like, listen, I see it this way. You watch me because you like watching me, right? Either you like watching me or you don't. If you like watching me, then you like watching anything that I do. But I get it. Some people are here for the particular topic at hand. And if that's the case, and if you want to see somebody go straight to the point on the topic at hand, then just go find other videos to watch. It's just that simple. I don't see why people make things so complicated. Don't try to tell me how to make a video. It doesn't work. I said this before in the video that I made on the real reason why white men become cuckolds. The real reason. And I started out the video eating, and I was like, listen, y'all gonna get this point sooner or later, okay? That I do things my way. Clearly. And I know that people will watch the video regardless. Like they say, when somebody don't like, somebody else does. So that's like the premise that I go by. Oh, I think I gotta use the restroom. I gotta pee. Be right back, you guys. Because this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. honey, child. I'm not doing this for views. I do this because I really enjoy doing it. So with that said, I do things how I like to do it. I feel like I'm really close. Y'all like my outfit? I love my outfit. It's funny that as is it mix match or a mismatch? There's a meme on that. I'm clearly not matching in my colors, and it seems like the more I'm mismatching, the more compliments I get. I just like the variety of colors. That's just me. So I do things my way. I actually wore this to work today. Hold on, let me take a model of this. I love these pants. I got these pants from this store called Musée on Hollywood Boulevard in California when I was living out there in LA. And they are imported from Thailand. Well, most of their clothes are. Oh, take a look at my socks. So yeah, I wore this to work today at the hospital. So I do things how I want to do it. With that being said, how are you guys doing? Seems like it's been a while, right? I probably won't eat all of this on camera, but I'm going to eat a good portion of this. Oh, and another thing. There are people who come on my videos, right? And then they like want to look out for the other people. So they'll drop like the timestamp of when the video actually starts. And I delete their comment. Not only do I delete their comment, I ban them. I'm like, you asshole. People just, I don't know. People are weird. The video started in the beginning. That's when the video starts. Like, people are so anxious. For what? People have very short attention spans. It's not my fault. Thank God I don't have that problem. People are in a rush. For what? I be seeing people in a rush, like going to work. I'm like, you rushing to go to work? You know they don't love their job that much. Can't. I must say, when I initially got this email, I paused. I'm like, should I address this? I kind of was annoyed, and I'm still a bit annoyed by it. Because the questions that got asked is just so kind of facetious. It's like, you guys already know how I'm going to answer this because I already talked about this before. So, to somehow pretend like you don't know how I'm going to answer the question. I'm curious to see what I think about it. When you see it, it would freeze like that. What I do? Fuck you, Facebook. Fuck you with a dookie dick. This is good. Maybe I should have did this before I started the video, but I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone, right? I'm eating my dinner, and I'm making a video. You guys get to see me eat. Not all the time, though. You guys get to see me eat, so enjoy. People gonna watch the video anyway just because of the title. I'm not pressed for views. Some people make this a living, right? And that's cool. Like, they send me checks, but I'm not gonna lose sleep if I don't get checks. From YouTube or Google, shall I say. Toast. I might sit up and eat this whole thing right here. This egg roll is good. This is the first time I got the egg roll from there. And this is the first time I ordered sesame chicken from there. Oh, so you guys are complaining. Y'all don't even watch my videos on Facebook. So a lot of y'all see this on YouTube and you're like, well, I don't have a Facebook. Well, that's not my fault. So this could be your opportunity to, while I'm eating, to drop your comments below. And I can address them. So it's you. Your fault, not mine. You catch the video after it's already made. You can help co-create the video by coming on to my live and just commenting. It's just that simple. Oh, look at this. Delicious. I want me another one of those broccolis. Then they only put one in here. Maybe know what they're doing with the sauce. That's what it is. And it's fresh. I'm a big foodie. The other day. Oh wait, that was yesterday. I ordered some seafood. Delicioso. It was some fish with 2 sides of macaroni and cheese and yams. Oh gosh, delicious, y'all. Oh, I still got some napkins. And I ordered some boiled shrimp. I think they were garlic seasoned shrimp, butter garlic. It was good. Like I should have been doing this before. But this is a new restaurant though. That's why it's a new restaurant, and I don't think they were on. I don't think they were on this food delivery website. It's supposed to snow actually this weekend. I think Saturday, but maybe Friday, starting Friday night. 6 to 8 inches. I'm like, okay. But it really came down last year, y'all. It was lit last year. So much that I actually was playing, and we got a lot of snow. So not that bad. That was coming down on Saturday or Friday night, because I'll most likely be home. I may be home. Oh, wait. Tarika's going live? I don't know what you're talking about. I hate when I go live and then I see someone else that I follow and I watch go live, but you can always tune in later. So I'm almost full. I'm getting there. Mindful eating. This video is going to be good because I'm going to be satiated, right? Nice full stomach. And on top of that, feeling good off the wine, you know? I ate more than what I thought I would. So one of my coworkers was looking at my mud cloth shirt. She was like, "Oh, can I ask you a question, a personal question?" I'm looking like, basically she was saying that she has like a bunch of clothes that I guess she's outgrown. She's saying that they got too small. I'm looking at her like, we about the same size. Try to size me up. I said, no, you probably taller than me, but I think we're the same size. I might be thicker than her. I don't get it mistaken. But she said she got them from Nigeria. I'm like, okay. When you think about it, all of the African clothes come from Africa. Right? Even if you buy it here in America. But the way she was saying it, like, oh, I got mine from Nigeria. I'm just like, first of all, mud cloth is indigenous to Mali. But she was like, I'll bring them. I just didn't want to, like, I didn't want them to go to waste. I'm like, okay, bring them. Just check. She said she's going to go through them this weekend. I'm like, okay, cool. Go through them this weekend. And then just text me. Let me know. Bring them shits to fucking work, y'all. Shit better be nice. Cause I don't just take anything. I don't look at me like I'm just like, oh, I'm taking hand-me-downs and shit. I think people get it mistaken because they look how I'm dressed and they looking like as if I'm wearing like run-down shit. I'm like, I ain't the one to toot my own horn, baby, but you know how much this shit costs? These pants are like $70, I think. But they got that look, like that hippie-ish look, like the poor looking look, right? It's stylish. And I ain't even about to begin to say how much my African clothes cost. Oftentimes I don't even say how much they cost. But I do spend good money on my clothes. But I'm like, okay, if you bring some, we'll see what they are. Shit is skirts. Which I have a shit ton of skirts that I haven't really worn since I've been back in New York. But I'll have to check them out. Maybe it's something special. Or maybe she just wanting to connect with me. People just be wanting to connect. They don't know how to, so they just be like, oh, I like your shirt. Just say you want to be my friend. That's all. Just say that. You want to be my friend? Just say that shit. love my hair. Even though I didn't add any gel on it, it looks kind of good. It looks beautiful. Yo, I'm gonna be so fucking full, yo. I'm already full, but I could tell. I'm definitely gonna finish these last 2 bites. But you were the only, 'cause so was I. But yeah, this is like indicative of how I live my life. Like, I'm a very free-spirited person. Why not be that way, right? I've had other YouTubers like, oh, try to tell me, like, I can show you how to make money. I can do, like, I don't live in that world. What are you guys not seeing? I don't live in the same world that you live in. Clearly, this is Danny's world. I live in my own world. I always exist in my own world. Doing things how I do things to the beat of my drum, okay? When are y'all gonna get that? You don't get it? I had a supervisor tell me that shit. She was like, there's something like different about you. Like, you do things how you want to do things. I'm like, isn't that how it's supposed to be done? According to how each and every person want to do it? How is that problematic? But then I take a survey of the world, right, society, and I'm like looking at how people are dressed and looking at the colors, and there's this uniformity of color amongst people, mostly wearing navy blue and black. And I'm just like, where is the uniqueness? Where is the individuality? Where is the freedom of like personal expression? People just conform because they want to fit in. They want to be accepted. I do not want to be. That's not even on my mind. Like, my mind doesn't think in terms of, oh, trying to be accepted. No, I'm going to make my place and make my voice heard, right? But I'm not looking for anyone's approval. Like, I can't wrap my mind around that shit. I don't need anyone's approval. I approve myself. That's all I need. I don't get it sometimes. It's just, I wonder about people sometimes. Yo, boy, shout out to those delivery drivers, boy. Alright, I'm about to get into this video. I'm about to put this to the side. And we about to get into this video. Yo, time go by so fast. It's already February, yo. Just in a couple days, it will be February. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I was just in Times Square, the countdown. And then we're looking at February already. My gosh. I feel so good now. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to read you guys the email as usual and then share my prime perspective. Smart people already know what I'm going to say. I don't know where in people's like twisted mind though, somehow they come up with this silly shit. I love the way this smells. I can't put my finger on like what kind of fragrance this is, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. Cause I already like made a video on the silliness of BNWO, Black New World Order. It's a joke, right? You can't take that shit seriously. You know, it has like this catchy political phrase to it, this political catchphrase to it, right? Black New World Order, but y'all know goddamn well this shit is a joke. Not that there cannot be a black utopia. That's not a joke, because I believe that there can be. And there is, I think, already. When you look at like different countries in Africa, right? Like, of course, there are countries in pretty much Africa as a whole is portrayed in a negative light for the most part. But they don't want to show you the good parts. They don't want to show you, just like America has good parts and bad parts, and they try to portray America as like this place of fucking milk and honey and shit, when there's a lot of poverty here, you know, a lot of homelessness, people strung out on drugs, a lot of severe mental illness, people like depressed and have anxiety, suicidal, a lot of crime here in America. So it's not as all what it's cracked up to be, right? They don't show you the other side. But I don't like the misuse of that term, that catchphrase, Black New World Order, right? Because, of course, it's sexy, it's attractive. It's going to attract a certain group of people, especially who are fighting for the advancement of African people, right? And fighting against racial oppression. So it's going to attract the attention of those people, and with that, I think play upon people's ignorance and vulnerability. You know, and nah, that shit don't work with me. You know, I see right through it. It's just like, okay, listen, if you're a white man and you want to get your fucking ass dug out, just say that. You don't have to sit up here and use people's weaknesses or vulnerabilities because black people have been historically and currently oppressed, racially oppressed. Try to use that as a way to lure black people, black men especially, in to the claws of your fucking evil intentions to get your own sexual needs met. Like I said, you just want to fuck black men, then you can just go fuck black men. You don't have to sit up here and be like, oh, well, trying to entice black men. Oh, if you want to rise above the oppression, then here's a way you can do it. You can do it by fucking me in the ass. Because that's how I see these so-called movements like Black New World Order. It's not really a movement. Of course, we know it's like a catchy porn title. But it plays upon, like I say, these more serious political movements, right? Black Power, Black Lives Matter, Black New World Order. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on. Who you bullshitting, right? So this person sends this email January 24th. 5:45 in the fucking morning. I'm like, interesting. That's the time I wake my black ass up. So, of course, I'm like clockwork, right? I wake up at a certain time. Of course, I check my email. I have a certain regimen, right? Certain rituals that I do in the morning, even when I come home, just like anybody else. Part of my morning ritual is obviously checking my email, and here I read this, and I'm just like, so the email goes. Let me take a sip to this. First of all, let me wash my food down with a nice gulp of water. I love me some water. It's my favorite drink. So this person says, a question on making reparation payments. To Dr. Danielle Leach, comma PhD. Don't try to butter me up. Number one, if a white person makes scheduled payments to a black person, couple, or family, would or could this be considered a reparation payment? Now, he has several questions here, right? So we're going to get through this. Like I said, when I read this 3 days ago, in the morning, first thing in the fucking morning, like I said, I was annoyed. And I always keep it 100 with y'all. I ain't about to sit up here and get on here fake. Just annoyed. It's just like, it's an insult, right? I feel like maybe this person's asking just because he is genuinely curious. Turn my AC on. They're probably genuinely curious, right? And it took me a while. I'm like, okay, let me tuck it away, right? Let me read it, breathe, tuck this away for a couple days, and then come back to it, right? And it's like I already knew where this person was going, right? Like, even just as we read this email, right, we're going to see the progression of this email. So it starts off with making scheduled payments. I already knew it was going to get to the sexual part. We're going to get there in a minute, right? But he didn't lead with the sexual part. He's leading with, payments. As if you're trying to buy. So who's really the slave and who's really the master if you're buying? You're saying payments, but is it really payment or is it a purchase? Because he's saying payment as in the form of reparations from a white hand to a black person, couple, or family. But this is really a purchase. You're purchasing a person's, really their soul, their dignity. Because if this person is conscious, if this person is woke, right, and they got fucking common sense and they're wise, they know they can't be bought for anything. Now, I have to say this, all right? I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Let's go ahead and just get straight to the point. In the terms of, in terms of reparations, right, for me, I'm not the one seeking reparations. Like, I'm not one of those black people like, we got to get our reparations. Granted, I get it, right? They promised freed black slaves 40 acres and a mule. Today, that would translate into hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more than that, per person, when you think about it. Because when you think about that in terms of when that was supposed to be paid, plus interest, all these years that have went by, that they didn't get that, right? That shit capitalizes. That interest capitalizes, and then you look at the damage, right, that has been done as a result of not being paid those reparations for their free goddamn labor that they did. It's just like they just freed the slaves and said, all right, you on your own, kind of thing. We're talking about generations of going without. So that's one aspect, one way to look at it, right? I don't think there's no way to really repay. You can't repay. The money ain't gonna cover that shit, right? Ain't no amount of money that's gonna cover the damages, the loss that has been incurred over the generations of not receiving those reparations when it was supposed to be given, right? When they were freed. That's one way to look at it. Another way, which is this is how I see it, it's just like when we're talking about doing for self, we're talking about Pan-Africanism, coming together as a whole, right? As a global entity of people, unit of people. You're supposed to do for self. To hold your hand out and be looking for a white man to do something for you, which you can do. You don't need that, right? Like, and then let's say you took it, it's just like, okay, what's attached to that? You're taking something from someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. Clearly, they don't have your best interest at heart, and you're taking that from them. It makes you question what's attached to that. I don't want anything from the devil, right? I don't want anything from the enemy. You know, why would you want that? No, keep that, right? Because, yeah, there's something attached to that. That's just like the idea of if a person gives you freedom, right? Like, think about it. They give you freedom. Excuse me. I don't think people take the time to really think about these things, right? It sounds good on the surface like, oh, okay, you're going to give a person freedom. If a person give you freedom, then are you really free? A person gives you reparations. It doesn't make sense to me. Giving you some kind of resource or money to do what? Back into their hands? Because that's where it's going. So I don't think that that's how black people can advance themselves, right? Like, this is more complex than people try to make it seem. People make it seem like it's just cut and dry. Like, oh, give black people reparations. Or what he's suggesting, right? These questions, yeah, you can say he's asking out of curiosity, but really it's not so much curiosity. These are like suggestions, right? Because this is what he wants to feed into. He wants me to feed into it, to make a video so that other people can watch it and feed into it and buy into it. And of course, I'm sure there are some people who will buy into these suggestions, which he forms and as questions, right? These ideas. I don't buy none of this shit. I'm not that kind of black person, but I know there are many who do buy into it. I don't want no reparation. No, I think, and I've already said this, and I think black people who are woke, who are know that the answer is not relying upon anyone for any goddamn thing. We need to come together and build our own shit. We don't need nobody's help to do that. I don't know, it's just something, it sounds very paralyzing and stagnant about waiting on someone for help, depending on someone for help, holding your hand out for someone, to someone for help. Like, we are self-sufficient. What happened to that? Self-sufficiency, right? Just going back to square one. Just part of being a God-like being is being able to fucking do anything. Like, you have the power, the ability within your body, within your mind, within your spirit to create and build anything. Saying that we're the beginning, right, of creation, we've been here longer than anybody else. So we did it back then from scraps, right? From when we created these things, these civilizations these infrastructures, the pyramids, these buildings, and all of these systems that were created with the mind that we had, that mind is still here. That's how I look at it. So what's the problem? Scheduled payments. It's just like, I think this is a silly question because I feel like he's asking, like I said, it starts off one way. It's like a progressively, I think it's a setup, right? This email is just like trying to lure people in. So you're starting off with number one, saying making scheduled payments to black people. Would that be considered reparation payment? That's a redundant ass question. What the fuck is a reparation? Isn't it a fucking scheduled payment? So to ask that, is that like, that makes no fucking sense, right? That just makes no sense. But then he goes on to say, and what if the black person who is receiving these payments is of a higher income, education, and social class than the white making the payment? So then he gets to kind of pull you in even more, right? So you can kind of get the flavor of where he's going. Because it's really not anything that's systemically happening. This is on a personal, individual level. If you're saying that a white person is handing off payments to a black person, this is an individual level. It's not a macro level. This is just on some one-to-one shit. Who gonna fall for that? But it sounds convincing, I guess. It sounds promising. Like I said, some ignorant niggas will buy into this shit. Like, oh, get paid? All right, let's get paid. No. What if the black person who's receiving these payments is of a higher income, education, social class than the white making the payment? So much wrong with this email. Alright, but I feel like even though it's annoying me, I feel like it'll be challenging for me to address this. So that's the reason why I'm like, alright, I'll go for it. These same questions he's asking me, I'm putting out to you guys. So I want you guys to answer these questions as well. I already said what I feel about this, right? What I think about this. No, you can't buy a black person because you know that you're being lured into it, right? So what else? What else? There's more to it, right? Let's keep reading. Number 2, if a white person has limited money yet provides regular services to a black person or couple, and that black person or couple benefits from that service, is that a reparation payment? Notice he didn't say what the services are. He's saying like what? Services. See, these things already came up. He said he watched my videos, but do you really watch my videos? Because you'll see that these same ideas have already come up. We've already talked about. That's the reason why I made the video on BNWO. Because we've already talked about this, and the same things came up. This person was just like, oh, if a white man serves a black couple, it's almost like they're trying to frame it as if like they're benefiting. Like, how is that? No. See, you're not looking through the lens that I'm seeing this through, right? As a Pan-African myself, as a pro-black person, we strongly believe in doing for self, right? Independent of the oppressor. So to invite the oppressor even into your inner circle, your personal circle, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Right? You don't invite the enemy into your territory. No. And so you got white people who will see this, right? And they'll be like, oh, well, why can't we just all get along? You're being divisive. No, who started this whole race, right? I think it's really hilarious is that white people create this whole race, the concept of race, right? White versus black, labeling a group of people by a color. and adding these negative connotations to the black color and then the positive to the white color, creating this race war, discriminating against people because of their race. We're talking about on the basis of survival here, coming down to threatening a whole group's survival, right? Black people have been killed, have died, have suffered just because of racism. Okay? Yet you want to sit up here and create this new idea, concept of, oh, let's get along somehow. Let's create opportunity so we can pay you guys back. Let's be friends. Kumbaya. It's like, no. It's embedded. It's ingrained. It's programmed into the DNA, the biological makeup for those who are conscious, who remember, right? It's ingrained, it's embedded, it's part of the DNA of black people who have suffered at the hands of white supremacy and racial oppression. Of course, there's trauma there, right? Racial trauma. But I wouldn't consider it necessarily a bad thing there's racial trauma, right? That's a natural reaction to threat of one's livelihood and survival. So that should happen, right? Your hair should stand up. You should be on guard. You should question. You should be standoffish. You should be like, hell the fuck no. To protect oneself. This is called, survival. So to say, all right, fuck all that. Forget about all that. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Forget what happened years ago. Forget what's still happening though. It's not that, oh, it just happened. Oh, that was hundreds of years ago. No, that was then. No, the shit is fucking still happening. And to say, all right, forget about that. Let's just join forces. Take money from these people. Not only that, invite them into your house. Sleep with them in your bed. I don't think people are really thinking about this. And I know this person is a white man who sent this. You're not fooling nobody. And if this is a melanated individual who sent this email, this person has a white mind. It's called being whitewashed. Right? You could be physically black, melanated, African, but psychologically, you're not. It's called common sense. Right? Like, come on. So, to me, these questions are fucking bogus, if you ask me. Service. Yeah, going back to that number 2, right? If a white person has limited money yet provides regular services to a black person or couple. Alright, anyway, moving along. 3. If a black person or couple, yeah, keep throwing that in there. So you already know what he's getting at. Why it gotta be a couple? Black person or couple. Right, he's just talking about fucking. This is all along the lines of the whole cuckold narrative, right? Fuck you fooling. Obtain a white slave, and that white slave provides money. Trying to buy a nigga out. History repeating itself. That's all this is. History fucking repeating itself. Shit don't change, right? Same shit, different motherfucking day. Buying niggas back then, they buying, saying, it's like, come on, you fooling, man. You can't fool motherfucker that's woke. Right? You got just too much sense. Like, some of y'all brainwashed. I'm not that person. Y'all should, do y'all not see that? Oh, it's not apparent to you, I guess. And I guess you think the more you send these emails, somehow I'm going to change. Somehow, no. My personality, I'm just like my father, like I'm just stubborn. I wouldn't call it stubborn. That's just like, I know who the fuck I am. I am who I am, right? But yeah, like I said, there'll be some black people who will be like, all right, where we sign up? We some niggas out there sign up for this shit. Alright, continuing. 3. If a black person or couple obtain a white slave and that white slave provides money and services that benefits and profits the black person or couple, could that be a form of reparations, even if it could be suggested that it is not exactly always 100% consensual due to the white slave black owner relationship? Your opinion is very much respected and sought. Thank you, doctor. I enjoy your videos. Nah, buddy. Nah. That's a no for me. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Alright? I have a certain perspective on this. Clearly y'all see what my perspective is. But maybe y'all have a different perspective. Feel free to share it below. Some of y'all probably already doing it. You know, you're already in this kind of dynamic. Slave, master dynamic, interracially, right? Hey, it might be working for you, right? It's not that I'm a kind of person I can't see things from different perspectives. I can't. I just stand firm on my belief system and my perspective. But I can see it from other perspectives. And I know that they exist. I know that there are people out here that's in this kind of situation here. And maybe the black person, they may feel that they're benefiting from it, right? That they have taken on a white person as a slave, and that person is whatever, servicing them. Because I remember it was brought up before, and it was just like, these were examples of what they were meant by service, like, oh, cooking, you know, cleaning, and just pretty much being at their beck and call, like a slave, right? Or a housemaid, a servant. Running errands, you know, and, you know, taking, basically being taken advantage of financially, right? Being a financial slave, you know, so that perceivably it seems as though the black person or couple are benefiting from this, right? And at the expense of the white person, like a transfer of power, economic power, political power. Political power, right? A certain degree of economic power. But like I said, this is more on an individual level. This is not something that's happening systemically. So that's why I make, I say this is a joke, right? And I think that this is pretty insidious and almost a waste of a video, if you ask me, to even talk about these things, just because that's not how change happens. That's not how systemic real change happens. Not at this level, right? There are a lot of things that obviously do need to change. If you ask me, I would say it's in the minds. The minds of black people starts with the mind. Because many people obviously are brainwashed. Not just black people. People in general just are fucking brainwashed, right? And really are robotic, have become conditioned to behave, perform a certain way, you know, and that's just the way life is, you know. I'm aware of this. There are many people who are aware. Not enough, but, you know, a lot of people are aware. People are programmed. So, all right. With this, I actually screenshot this email. I posted it on my community page on my YouTube channel. And I did receive a comment. Because I asked people, when I posted this email, as a screenshot. I said, should I address this comment in my next video? And then someone did reply. And it kind of took the thoughts out of my head that I was going to say, right? So I'm going to read it. But what they're saying is somewhat similar to things that I believe. So he says, greetings, Danny. I'm Serbian, and I can identify with black people because we were slaves for 600 years under Turkish Muslim Empire. We fought for our freedom and independence and won it. I'm a free man. Nobody owes me nothing. So I felt that, right? I was just like, I like that approach, just fighting for it, right? That's how you get free. Like, not waiting for somebody to take your fucking chains off, your fucking feet, your hands, and your goddamn mind. No, you get motherfuckers off, right? Because you gotta wake up and know, like, who the fuck are you? You recognize who you are. Fuck them people, right? Like, nobody can own you, can tell you what to do. You resist, you fight against that. Unless you, of course, you want to be a slave. Some people want, they don't mind being told what to do, right? I'm not talking about some BDSM shit. I'm talking about, which is kind of related, you think about it. I'm talking about, on historically what has happened to groups of people, since fucking humanity began, right? So I felt that. Nobody owes me nothing. We fought for our shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta do. You beg for it, you ask for reparations, and sitting up here, black people just, like, feel entitled or want white people to do this for them and that for them. Like, no, I'm not of that school of thought. He goes on to say, I'm able to earn for myself. Suffering of my ancestors can't be repaid with any money or see. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I felt this comment, yo. Maybe this person just knew what I was thinking. It's just like, I'm like, wow. Because I have the same sentiment. I'm sure we're not the only two people that think like. There are a lot of people who share the same sentiment. Like, nah, man. It's a certain kind of spirit within a person. Like, where's your dignity, right? There are some real, trill deal people out there still, right? That still exist. He says, I'm able to earn for myself. Suffering of my ancestors can't be repaid with any money or service. It can only be a lesson for the future. I have most precious thing, which is freedom, clean sheets, ability to start over. We don't want anything from them. They just need to leave us the fuck alone. Well, that's me adding my ad-lib to it. But he says, they just need to leave us alone. I'm like, yes, leave us the fuck alone. Forgive, but never forget. Yes, I'm going to put a heart on this. Yes. He took the words out of my mouth. And it's funny because when I read that comment that this person left, I had already formulated my perspective on this, right? After reading that email. I already had in my mind, like, this is how I feel. And then when I read his comment, I'm just like, damn, how can he share? Like, he shared my same sentiment, right? But I guess he picked up on my energy when in my caption I said, should I even address this, right? In my next video, I think this person already knows, especially they watched my video, the person who left the comment that I just read, like, they know my perspective. Like, come on, what the fuck? Especially being a Pan-African, I make it very clear. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. Drop your comments below. This wine, I'm feeling this shit, yo. I have a low tolerance. It don't take much, you can see. It doesn't take much for me. But, yeah, I have to also say, though, like, this person answered his own question. The question is slave play, or reverse slave play, shall we say, a form of reparation? It's like the answer is in the question. We're talking about play here. How can you fucking say that playing is a form of fucking playing in somebody's asshole, or somebody playing in your asshole, is a form of reparations. No. Getting your dick sucked is not a form of or sucking a black man's dick is not a form of reparations. That's what they mean by service. Oh, it's service of black. You're talking about sucking his dick. That's what you're talking about. Being in his house, what you gonna do? Mop the floor? Form of reparations? No. Giving him money? No, you're buying him out just so you can be around his ass, because what do you want? Why you want to, like, that's my thing. Why are you trying to do all of this for? Oh, you just going to sacrifice yourself because you feel so bad about the black people, the black man, and all the suffering and all of this. So you're going to just sacrifice and be of service to the black man. It's a setup. What you trying to get? They want to get fucked. They want to get close. Because you know you get close. Yeah, you up in the house and okay, yeah. You trying to fuck the black man or fuck his goddamn woman. That's what you're trying to do. And that's why I'm annoyed, because it's just sick. Y'all are pathetic. But I'm about to end this video. Drop your comments below. Share this video. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.